Hello, fellow terraformers. Today we're going to start a tutorial version of Planet Crafter. Planet Crafter is a space survival terraforming game where you're basically crash landing on a planet. Your job, for various reasons, is to terraform it into a beautiful, lush planet and survive, of course. Um, Normally, when you start a game, you start out as a standard, as it's aptly called, standard game. I am not going to do that. I am going to change some things for this playthrough. I found through trial and error, I've played a lot up to butterflies, which is about where I left off, and since then I've done a lot of power uh, fast runs, trying to get to 175 as fast as possible. Let's call it speed runs. But this is going to be a playthrough, and I'm going to explain things as I go to help you out if you're starting. They're just about to release this game into a full game. Right now it's still early release, and then they got some more fun things coming out during the year. This is a standard game. Drop some items. Everything is standard. Terraforming pace is just normal. Vitals deplete normal. Meteor events happen at a normal pace, and power consumption. They've got other settings. Relaxing makes it real easy. You've got your intense, which makes it a little harder, a little more of a penalty, lose all items. And then you got hardcore, which is deletion of your game. You die, you die. Some people, I love that. I play that some too on speedruns and stuff. We're going to go back to these settings here, and then I'm going to change some things up. I like the terraforming pace to be a little slower. I find at the normal pace, things start opening up so fast, you don't even have the resources to take advantage of some of the stuff. So you open up things before you can actually do them. This slows the pace down a little bit and lets you enjoy the game leading up to making all the other machines as you advance. Vital depletion, you can't die here. I mean, if you die here, you can die, I guess, but it's pretty much, it's hard to die, and there's not much of a challenge. I like a challenge, so I like to raise it up to about 1.3. Now remember, hardcore is 6. This is 1.3. Meteor events, I like to put them up around 1.2, and then power consumption at the same level. Machines take more power, so you have to manage a little bit more. You get a little bit more meteor events. There's a little danger there, but at the same time, you get more resources. Vitals deplete at a faster pace. If you look at it this way, you have 100 units of health, which is food. They deplete down over a course of time. When you get to the point of growing food to sustain your life, you need 100 units of food every time the initial tier 1 food crafters make a cycle of food with various seeds you put in them. So 100 units of food is sustainable. You can live. With 1.3, you need 130 units of food for the same time period. Makes it a little tougher. And the terraforming pace, like I said, just slows you down. So this is what I like to do. So we're going to go here. It's custom 2. I have a custom game I'm playing. It's actually a hardcore game. Going to go ahead and create the game, and then we're going to get into it, and I'll start explaining everything to you. So let's load in. You start here. You're in this little, basically, escape pod. While you're in here, your oxygen doesn't deplete. So this is your safe zone. Got a little notepad over here. We'll go ahead and read it. Welcome to your assigned planet. Your mission is to advance the terraformation process of the world, generate O2, heat, and pressure to do so. First goal is to reach 175,000 Ti terraforming index and create a blue atmosphere. Right now, if you look out here, it is orangey and kind of, there's definitely some prettiness to it, but it's no blue. It's just not as pretty as it will be. This is your opening stuff they give you. It's random. You get 1 seed. This is not random. You always get this. The rest of this is random. Sometimes you get more food. Sometimes you don't get any food or water down here. You always get food, sorry. Sometimes you don't get any water or oxygen. In this case, we got a decent spread. This is your beginning crafting station. Oxygen takes 2 cobalt. Ice lets you turn into water. That's your early supply of water comes from ice. This is a Construction ship, it lets you make your equipment. Deconstruction lets you destroy equipment and get the resources back. Microship torch, that allows you to see when it gets dark, go into other buildings or caves to explore. Your backpack gives you more storage, and your oxygen gives you more oxygen. Right now you have 100 units of oxygen, you have 100 units of water, and you have 100 units of food. It doesn't say it, but that's what you get. This is depleting right now. I mean, if you're in the game, it's depleting. If you do this, it pauses the game. So you can sit here. We'll go ahead and save it. Shouldn't be an issue. See how it's getting dark? And this is random. You can play games for an hour and never go dark. And then other times it's so dark you can barely see. We're going to go up. We got 12 units. All we can do right now with our little tool here is pick up resources. So let's get the stuff we need to make our first crafting items. I like to grab the things I need for the oxygen tank and the backpack, and while I'm out here doing that, I'll get the things to start making the chips. You need iron, 3 iron, you need 2 cobalt, and then you need some silicon and magnesium. These are your beginning resources. Now once I get 2, actually I didn't need that one, I got 3, I got 2, and now I'm going to try to get some things to make that chip. Now if you notice how fast my oxygen dropped, this is actually where the danger comes from. You can run out of oxygen like I'm doing right now. When you do that, you start hearing your heartbeat, it starts going dark. As long as you make it back to your ship before your oxygen depletes, you don't die. So let's see what I can build. So I can build my backpack. I can build my oxygen tank. And can't build anything else. So I still need 2, 3, 4, I need 5 magnesium, and I need 4 silicon. There's my inventory. I need 1 more silicon and 4 magnesium. Let's put the backpack and oxygen on. Alright, so get magnesium now. I see that's lightening up now. There that is. I don't need any more of that. Now while I'm out here, I'm going to go ahead and pick up some iron and some titanium. This will get us to start our first initial units. We craft machinery to start doing TI. See our TI in the upper right corner? Still 0. So we are not doing anything to terraform this planet right now. We're just gathering resources. I'm looking for magnesium. There's one, and then there's one over here. And this will allow us to make our first crafting tools. Now the first one you really need is to make that the construction chip. If you can also get the deconstruction chip at the same time, that's wonderful. Then the torch you actually don't need for a short bit, so you've got time to collect out those resources. I press this, I push it, so I'm getting back barely at a time period that my oxygen starts depleting. In the beginning, if you're new to the game, you may want to be a little more cautious. Okay, right here is your construction chip and your deconstruction. Your current utility belt holds 4 items. You'll be able to increase to a second utility belt, which gives you 4 more slots, and then eventually a third one that'll give you even more units. And you'll open up more tools as you go into the game. Since I have these, what I'm going to do is start out by crafting, that's your Q key, unless you change your key bindings, a drill. Drills do 0.16 pressure, and they require 0.6 energy. Your wind turbine gives you 1.2 energy. So a wind turbine at this rate will let you put down 2 drills. You also have to put down an oxygen tube. This is vegetable tube, but it creates oxygen. Down there you'll see 0.12 oxygen, and it takes less than half a unit of energy. And the heater. That one takes 1.2 energy, the same energy that your windmill produces. So it's 1 for 1, 2 for 1, and that's close to 3 to 1. So let's go ahead and get back in here, grab our oxygen, and then make some of these tools or machines. So you can start out by making a drill. Now it warns you you don't have enough power, so let's make 1 power. Okay, that gives you, now we're starting. See our TI up there just ticked up to 1? That is a slow pace. One drill in about 6 minutes will open up your next oxygen tank so you can stay out longer. Heat opens up backpack. Then you get oxygen, which opens up the thing you need eventually, the food grower. It's down the line. I'll show you when we get to the blueprint screen in a little bit. I'll show you what that all means. I'm going to go ahead and make a second drill, and I'm going to go ahead and make a second windmill. So we're 2 for 2 now. I'd usually try to make 5 of every machine. So we're going to go ahead and take this, take this, take this, and this. And that'll give us our beginning, go out here and start picking things up. Now, we're going to have to go out here and make a living compartment. And you need a door to get in. This is your first 2 items. That in here, you can start crafting these things that go inside, like your heaters, your vegetable tubes, and your bigger crafting station, as well as these. You need 3 iron, 2 titanium, and 1 silicon. So I'm going to get that as a run towards that ship up there. And you can probably barely see there is a ship up here, and that's going to be where we spend a chunk of our time. I'm going to go ahead and take a second one of these. And I'm going to have to drink water here in a minute. So we're running now. I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece of ice so I can make some more water in a minute. And I want to get some silicon so I can make that first. And it's always nice to have some silicon. It's 1, 2, 3. I need 1 more iron. And then I need 1 more titanium. Now I can make a little habitat. And right here, when you're coming down here before your ship, there's a box here. It's always here. So I call that a static item. No matter what type of game you play, that's always here. And inside is various resources. We're gonna take that, and then we're going here, and I'll show you what I mean by crafting station. Here's your crafting station. This crafting station now allows you to make exoskeleton. T1. This will let you hold more items, increases equipment capacity. Alright, so let's go out here and get a titanium. Let's go ahead and get some of these other things while we're here. And we'll go back inside. I want to drink my water. And our food is starting to get down. Now remember, I said a food bar is 100, and your food bags, your space food, is 40. Almost filled me up, so I still got 1. Okay. What we do now is, I'm going to show you the blueprint screen. We'll place it on the ground here. Blueprint screen. This shows you all the equipment and tools you're going to be able to open as your terraformation goes up. Pressure, heat, and oxygen. At 300 Ti, you open up your next backpack. And that's just, can come from any combination of these. This represents this. Notice 64, 64. This is a combination of these 3. You want this to go up faster, increase each one of these. Okay, this is your vegetable tube 2. This is the next vegetable tube. Creates even more oxygen. We're going to work on opening that up through heat. And then these things open up through oxygen, and we just open up this from pressure. Oxygen tank 2. We can craft it now. This is the indoor ladder, your bigger heater, your bigger oxygen tank, T3, and then your food grower. This is when you start getting to sustainability. If you can start growing food, you can make water from ice, you can sustain yourself. Eventually, you want to get to make actually collecting water automatically instead of having to use ice. And eventually ice disappears from the planet. So I'm going to go ahead and deconstruct that. Your deconstruction, you change the wheel mouse control. This goes through what you have. Okay, so let's look at this. I now can make my exoskeleton. I'm going to do that. So my exoskeleton allows me to hold more items, but I got to put it on. So I'm going to take a few things off and put that on. Then there's my construction chip back on, and there's my deconstruction chip back on. The thing I just opened was the oxygen tank 2. It requires 2 magnesium. So we're going to go out here. There's one, and right here in front of us is 2. We're going to go ahead and make the oxygen tank 2. Now right now, if you notice, my oxygen tank says 145. When I craft this, notice it takes the oxygen tank 1 and upgrades it. Now you have 200. 200 gives you, now from the very first time we started the game at 100, we now can stay out twice as long. Still got some other things in here. I'm gonna grab silicon if I can find one real fast. I want to show you what those little, looks like computer chips are for. You open up your blue chip screen. Down here, decode a blueprint microchip. I have one. Let's see what it's going to give us. It gives us a pattern. Agility boots 1. That requires 2 aluminum, 2 fabric. Now this you're going to pretty much have to go into a ship to find, which is where we're going to be heading here shortly. I just have not made my torch. We're going to make that torch. Silicon, 2 magnesium. So let's get the silicon and 2 magnesium. You just run around and you look for these resources. Silicon looks like this. Magnesium sticks up in the air. It's got the 2 points on it. These are common shapes you'll see all the time, and there's 2 right here. I got 2 ice. I'm going to go ahead and make another water. We're going to need that shortly. So we go here. We make the torch. I'm going to make a water. So we'll put the torch on. Construction, deconstruction, torch. And backpack 1 and oxygen tank. So we have oxygen, got water, and we got these things. There's 6 items. If you remember, that takes 3, that takes 3. So you can run around full inventory. You can run around with those 6 items in your inventory and always be able to create a habitat, step inside, get oxygen, step outside and continue exploring. That's a good strategy. Some people prefer to use oxygen tanks if they're doing things. Some people do a combination of the 2. Used to back in the old days, and I believe it's not in the game, you could just log off, log back in, and your oxygen would be full. I think they took that away. And honestly, I'm glad, because that just seems to me to be an exploit, but hey, that's what's in the game. People used it. Up here is your first ship, and up here you get a good view of basically what's called standard starting area. That's that area down there. Eventually, later in the game, that will fill up with water. And most of that down there where the rocks are, where our little habitat was, will be in underwater. Let's make this real quick so we don't die. Alright. Get some oxygen here. Step back outside. This area up here won't be underwater. It's a good place. Some people build a base up here. There's a good flat area right here. You could spread out and make multiple hab units together. You can extend them in the air over here and put ladders and things up. Lots of different ways you can play this game. This area right here is cave. It's currently blocked with ice. It says it starts melting at 100 NK. We'll go look at our current heat. Well, right now our heat index is 0. We haven't put any heaters out. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and, we'll leave that here for now. I'll take the iron, we'll need it. Take this, we'll need it. I'll leave that for a short bit. Okay, up here what we have is the hat. Always need a crafting screen. It's pretty much a guarantee you're going to need it for something. either opening up items, crafting items, making ice. Making water, making oxygen. I got both. Now I have the materials needed to make a few things, but let's work on a veggie tube. That's where we start getting some oxygen. We just need 1 magnesium. So let's run down here. I'll go ahead and get that silicon. Silicon is a big resource that you need during the game. It gets really strong in the middle towards opening up blue skies, and then it's various after that. In the beginning, it's mainly iron, silicon. Then it becomes silicon and aluminum. Then as the machines get bigger and bigger, there's other resources. Okay, right here, my veggie tube. First one, right here. Now when you put it down, if you look at it, it's doing nothing more than energy. It's just costing energy. It's not making any oxygen. You have to put in plants or seeds. Seedlerma. That's our base seed. You put it in here and look at it. Now it's making 0.12 ppq per second of oxygen. And that is the most basic level. You get better seeds that will make, these tubes will make even more oxygen with better seeds. Okay, let's look at what we have here. Well, we're going to have to go in now. I'm going to go ahead and use my iron to make a crate. Put everything in there. We're going to have to drink the water. And I'm going to carry oxygen. Always carry oxygen. You just don't want to get caught in a building or somewhere without oxygen. It's your lifesaver. It's very common to carry one. Now, F, standard key is F to turn on your flashlight. That's the way I look at it. You deconstruct things that are in your way, which I just did. That's your wheel mouse. It's got the X on it over there. That's your construction. That's your light. So we need that. There's a chest here. In fact, we've got another seed, fabric, and eggplant. That's your beginning food seed. Eggplant produces 25 units of food when you put it in a food grower. Now, we don't have food growers yet. Gotta deconstruct that to get in here. There's our first heater that we're going to get to make. Anything you find in a ship isn't working for you yet. You have to claim it by deconstructing it, and then go build it in your base. So we're going to just go back to our base real quick, and we're going to create it so that we start producing heat. And then we'll have one of everything. And I'm out of power. So we need to make power. So now it is producing heat. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put it on top of the box to keep it out of the way. Out of power again. We must have been right on the edge. If you look at this, we now have heat going up a little bit, oxygen going up a little bit, pressure still going up, because we still have, those drills are still down there working, even though we're not near them. I'm going to decode that microchip. And we're working towards the backpack. The bigger backpack is coming up very soon. And then we'll be heading towards the solar panels. But we just need more heat and more oxygen. Don't have what I need to do any of those, so let's just go back in the ship. We opened up a living compartment window. You can put a window in and look out, so as you're building your base, you can make it look prettier. Now, you come in here, you got a couple paths. This is one path. That's the path, and there's a box in front of you. Let's see what's in the box. Okay, not a lot, not too bad. Aluminum, iron. We need another Seedlerma, basic seed. Back here is a dead end, but you get 2 boxes. I just claim everything from usually. And, well, these are good resources to make these first items. So, let's go over here, and let's go back and just construct that just to clean it out. I like to clean ships out, bring everything to my main base. Don't need those right now, so we're going to take out the aluminum, and we're going to take out iron, which is a big thing we need in the beginning. Now you can get lost in some ships. This one's not too bad. Some ships seem like mazes, and it gets a little hard to navigate. That's why you always carry an oxygen. You can recover. I didn't get any more heat, and I didn't get anything to make. Now let's see what we can craft. We got the ability to make agility boots, but we didn't have the resource. Now we got cloth. We just need 2 aluminum. Did I pick up 2? Yeah, there it is. So we do this, and we made agility boots. We rerun 15% faster. There's a lot of running for a while. Now, see that seed? We're doing 0.12 ppq. This is a better seed. It's got a higher oxygen. This is base. This is 100% more oxygen production. So we're going to take that seed out and put that one in. And look at it now. 0.18. So instead of 0.12, 0.18. Put these things away. Now, if you wind up with more items than you can carry, you can just drop them. They won't disappear if they're in your ship. Let's make a run in here and get the next grouping. Now we already cleaned that area to the right out. This here has got base. I'm gonna go ahead and eat that food to keep my food bar up. We'll eventually get this. So let's go. The next path is here. There's a box, and there's some stuff in our way. We'll get rid of it. See what's in the box. Okay, that gives us the ability to make another heater. Let's run through here. Now, again, this is a tier 2. This is what a tier 2 heater looks like. You can deconstruct it, but for now, we can't even make these. So I'm just going to leave it. We'll come back when we can make it, deconstruct it, and take it, put in our base. This is always here. And right here, this morning as we explore our 17th day, somewhere the ship inexplicably exits hyperspace. The navigation tools went crazy. The power went down. If drained by something, we're going to try and make an emergency landing. Not sure. We'll find there. The planet seems like a huge storm on the surface. I hope we'll make it. Okay, I got to run back because I'm running out of oxygen, and I might not even make it this time. We're going to try without drinking that oxygen. Okay, I'm turning dark. See, aim yourself towards the door, and even if it goes dark, whoa, see what happened there? If you're aiming towards your ship door and you know you can walk in, this whole screen can go black and you still have a second. So, we got lucky. We're going to make this. And we're out of power again. So we'll make another one. And might as well make another one because we're gonna need it. And there's one of those. So let's do this. Microchip. Now these things we're opening up. This is a mining speed. You pick up things off the ground faster. 10% faster. And this is the compass we opened up. It allows us to know our directions. And it adds a compass on the screen. So you know if you're running north, south, east, or west. I got a lot of resources here, so I'm going to do this and just put them in a box. We'll go back in and get more items. Now there is something in the game that I'm sure people that have played know. There are blue crates, which we've been opening. There are also golden chests. Each zone has a golden chest. And so I've lost count. Like I said, after butterflies, I quit playing so much, except for what's called speed runs. How fast can you get to blue skies? And a lot of folks out there do that. Early adopters of the game. It's fun. It's challenging, but you're not focused on any of these other items. So sometimes there are things in the game I've not seen because I haven't went that far in the game. It's the early release. It's being finalized. It's coming out soon. I'm kind of waiting, and I think we're close. That's why I started this right here. We're close. Probably within the next couple of months. I mean, timetables change, but we'll see. Right here, solar panels. I'm working on bladder, which leads to T2. I need more oxygen. There's a veggie tube 2 getting about a fourth of the way there. And tier 2 drills. They're a lot better than tier 1s. A lot better. It's night and day difference. But they require a lot more energy. You have to have these to support these. So let's might as well drink that water. We'll get these out of here. These are what we'll need here shortly whenever we get to the point of making solar panels. I'm going to get some ice. Just run down here and grab some ice so we can make another oxygen producer. You need these, you need ice. So the beginner ones need a piece of ice, a piece of standard iron, and magnesium. So if we can get 2 or 3 pieces of ice, we can make some oxygen and start that process a little bit higher. So we're kind of a little bit behind. Being a tutorial, I'm not trying to do this super fast. I want everybody to understand how to play and enjoy the game. And that's what we're going to do. By the time we get to the point where we're doing a lot of the advanced machines, we're just going to play hard. Try to get to the end. There's a meteor event. You hear that? Now watch those things come in. They come in, they hit the ground, they hit the walls, they'll hit your ship, they'll hit your hab. You can be hit by these. Actually, there's an achievement in the game to be smacked in the face by one. If you're low on health, they'll kill you. If you're not low on health, it'll take a chunk of your health away. And in the game where you're out running around, you can die. They can kill you. And yes, if you're playing hardcore, which we talked about earlier, if you're smacked in the face, that could be the difference of winning, of continuing in that game or starting over. Because they can almost kill you one hit in a hard game. In this game right here, if they smack me in the face, they'll do a chunk of damage, but I'll survive. Oh, assuming I aren't low on health like I am right now. Okay, I'm going to have to use some of these other seeds. So now we increased our oxygen production. So now this is starting to go up faster. We'll get this we'll get this opened real fast. We'll get this, and of course we're shooting for this. Once this opens up, we'll start throwing multiples of those down for power. So I got this, I got these, I got food, and I can't really do anything else, so I need to go back in there and get some more resources. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to take 2 of these, and we're just going to extend our ship. Make it bigger. Give us more room. Also eats up some of those resources that I'm not having to carry around. I'm going to go ahead and throw these down on the ground here. Now let's go clean out the rest of the ship. Meteor events that we were just looking at, one thing they do is they put new resources onto the ground. When they drop, they hit, it's all base resources at this level, or this time in the game. Later in the game, you can get meteor showers that drop more rare resources. But even at this level of the game, those meteors hit the ground, there's a chance there's a piece of aluminum inside. And that piece of aluminum can be very important because you need a lot of aluminum, especially mid-game. I'll leave these right here for now. Mid-game, you need a lot of aluminum. Every single food crafter needs one. Every single advanced power unit, basically tier 2 solar panel, needs one. And your food growers basically take 1 to make the food grower and 1 to make your tier 2 solar panel, so that you can support it. It's a one for one, basically a one for one trade-off. I have no more iridium, or iridium. I can't make any more heaters. That's probably the lowest I've ever gotten coming up here before. 2. So pretty much I have to decide to make that, or take down that tier 2, because without heat I'm not getting to VeggieTube that fast, and without the auction I can't get to the T2 heater. So let's go ahead and get a magnesium. Ooh, see, one of them hit right here. Look at that, it dropped aluminum. It's nice. Dropped the silicon too. Grab a couple of magnesium if I can't find them. There's that. I need one more. Let's find one over here. Hopefully. There's one. I'm notorious for running right by one, and then coming back and going, oh, there was one right there. I think everybody does that at some point in the game. Now with that, I can do this using, I'm not going to use that, put that up, pick up a piece of ice, and drop another tube. Now the only seeds we have right now are these, but hey, that's still something. And let's put all this in here. Go in there and get that heater, so we can make a couple more heaters. Let's make another. Don't let one get out of your grasp. There's that solar panel. Let's go ahead and make one. I'll show you what they do. Takes 2, 1, and 1. I'll just put it right here. Show you. These produce 1.2. These produce 6.5. Now I start getting rid of these. I'll reclaim my iron for making other things. Like make another drill. Gets more pressure going. Everything's working here. Let's go back in. Let's just clean out the rest of the ship. And then we can move on to a new area. Got the heater. Look at this. 2, one of these, and this. All pretty much your basic resources that you need. Clean that out. Take all these food seeds. Now this place is cleaned out for now. Oh, well, don't have the option to go back there and show it to you, but I'll do this, make a couple of things, and then I'll go back there and show you something. Let's go ahead and make 2 more heaters. I think we got plenty of power for it. Now this will get us more heat, so we can open up that tier 2. And we'll just pull this out. And then we'll drop this in here. We'll have to drink that in a minute and eat this in a minute. Alright, I'm going to show you something. We're going to go on the ship and I'm going to show you something that will come later in the game. I actually never got to the point that I could open any of these, but I know about them. I mean, I watch other people play. I have friends that play, so I know some of these things just from what they tell me. But look at this. This, eventually, you will put a fusion core, I think it's called, in here. And when you do, this powers up. And then, somewhere in here, this right here will open up. And that will open up, and there will be new things to explore. So eventually, down the game, we're going to come back here to find other things to open. And there's one here too. Eventually, we're going to come back and we're going to be able to explore things that I thought I deconstructed those. and we'll be able to explore some new areas and gain new resources. But that's going to be several episodes later. But that's okay. We'll be all right. Now, from playing experience, right up here, there are resources that allow us to make another one of these. I'm going to go ahead and put another one up here. I like to keep things close to my base. And since we're doing a slow playthrough, I'm just going to make it a little neater as I make my bases and stuff so that it looks nicer. Now, that should have been all the resources we need to make another one. I think I'm full now. Well, we're going to have to drink that. That cleans this area up here out. Eventually we'll be able to walk into here, and eventually I'll put a permanent living structure right here. The prettier ones, the 4x4, they look nicer, give us more room, and that'll be a good hopping off point to several other areas that I know of. And like I said, they've added things that we're all going to explore together. So here's this. That's 3, isn't it? That's 3. Yes, it is. Oh, VeggieTube 2. VeggieTube 2. Look at the oxygen it produces base. 0.96. 0.12, 0.96. Big difference. The difference in what to make it is an extra ice and a magnesium. So I need 2 ice. Do I have 2 ice? There's 1, there's 2. Let's make it. I'll put it back here. And let's take out the better seed there and put it right here. And let's see what we got. 1.44. So our oxygen is now going up a lot faster. Sorry, hit the wrong button. I can't make another one, but what I can do I have what I need. Let's go do this. We'll get rid of this. We'll take that out and we'll get rid of that. And that gives me resources to make a second one. So, there we go. We still have these. Let's just clean that up a little bit. It's in my way. Now here's something to consider. While these take more energy, 1.5s, and these take 0.42, 3 times the energy, the amount that they're creating, it's almost worthwhile to get rid of this. And get rid of this stuff. Doing that to take one of these out so that I can make another one because of the amount of oxygen it'll make. Wow, that's shaking everything in it. Because even at 0.96, it's way more efficient than the little tube. Even though the little tube is making 0.24 with 2 of them, I took 2 out. I only put 1 back. That's still more. So that's worth it not to use them seeds. And see, they're hitting right here. 1 hit right there. Okay, it sounds like it's over. Nope, I was wrong. But when they drop, normally this would probably hit the side and splattered up here. Yeah, it did. It'll drop resources. We're going to go down here just to see if anything decent drop, like a piece of aluminum. And we need cobalt to make some power, and look, it did drop 1. You don't find aluminum out in the open like this unless you're in the aluminum fields, which we're going to eventually go to. I want to make a couple of power units just to stockpile some power. So while we're out here, we're just going to take care of this. And who knows, maybe we'll find another aluminum. Now, if you notice, our TI is going up. And that's going up regardless of what we do on our own. But we want to start pushing that. Wow. Now, I have had it one time block my door where I had to go grab resources real quick and make a side door. It happens. Crazy things happen in this game. So now we're going to put another one right here. We're going to put that one and that one down and that one. Get rid of those things. Add another one. Oop, didn't have what I needed. Oh well, we'll get it. Oop, the backpack 3 opened up. Let's see what it takes. Backpack 3. 2 aluminum, titanium. So I never made the tier 2, did I? Wow, I've been running around with low storage. Okay. So 2 and 2 now. And T1, I can make the T2, but I need 2 super alloy and 2 fabric. 1 fabric, no super alloys. Well, okay, it doesn't matter. Let's see about this. I just need a silicon and another aluminum. Do I have a silicon? Yes. Do I have another aluminum? Yes. Tier 3. Look at that backpack. We started out here. 1, 2, 3 improvements. Now if I want to go for a resource run, I got a lot of room. Let's grab a piece of aluminum, silicon. Let's see if we can get some more ice. 1, we're going to need some water soon. And 2, we're going to need another T1. I mean T2. We'll need another T2 grower for oxygen. I think we're going to leave this area and we're going to go to another ship area and start collecting. There's the food I need. And then let's get all of these resources and let's put a T. We'll just put some power right down here. And we can get all that. And then let's put a drill right here. We'll just put a drill with it. Alright, let's get back up there before we run out of oxygen. There's nice. There's another piece of ice. We don't have room for it. We'll get back up here. Alright, what I think I'll do is shore up a few resources up here and then call this episode, and we'll pick it back up on the next episode. And we'll do that so that we can move forward. I don't want to make these too long so that you don't have to spend as much time watching each episode and kind of go along with your life. I enjoy that you watch, and I'm glad that you like watching. I appreciate it. I would love for you to subscribe for more content and comment where you have questions. I'd love to answer questions. And if you got some suggestions for me as we play along, by all means give them. I'm open to anything. Right now, let's just go ahead and throw out a couple more drills real quick just to get some more stuff going, and then we will end it and move and come back for the next episode. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great one. Catch you on the flip side.